This is just for white people. So when I grew up, my mom would always try to wake me up and get me ready so that I could get on the school bus on time. And then some days I would just oversleep, or I would ignore her because I wanted that extra. It was just so cozy and comfortable, and I just felt so good while I was sleeping. And then ultimately I'd miss the bus, and then my mom would cuss me out, get me dressed, and have to drive me to school, but she's cussing me out the whole. He told my ass to get up. That is me as a black person participating in anything political right now, because we told you niggas to get the fuck up. You niggas did not want to get up. You niggas was so fucking comfortable. It was, oh, sleepy. Oh, 5 extra minutes. 5 extra minutes. Extra minutes so bad you got it. Y'all wanted 5 extra minutes so bad. You got the 5 fucking extra minutes. Now we drive to school and we barely. Y'all wanted 5 extra minutes and y'all got the shit. Now we barely want to drive you niggas to school, and we cussing y'all ass out the whole, because we told y'all ass to get the, and y'all didn't want to get up. You niggas didn't want to get up. Y'all wanted 5 extra minutes. You got it. Congratulations. Now they killing y'all ass. Now y'all actually care. 5 extra minutes. That's all y'all fucking wanted. So just know, while anything I'm politicating in right now, I barely want to be there, bro. Because we told you niggas go. And you niggas did not care, because it wasn't happening to y'all on a mass level. It was happening to us. So
ain't a damn thing she said wrong. Not one damn lie detected in that. There is one good thing that I am grateful for when Vice President Harris lost the election, is that white people are going to have to suffer the consequences of their silence. For too long, white people have ignored the mistreatment of anybody that doesn't look like me. And even now, oh, I can't talk to Uncle Bob because Thanksgiving might be weird. Ooh, I can't post publicly. My job might see it. Oh, I can't go on a strike. I can't afford to. I'll be uncomfortable. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. But I'll protest on a Saturday. Great job. Everybody, let's create white people awards for protesting on a Saturday every 4 months. Great job. Way to go, white people. We're the problem. We've been the problem. Too many of you now think that somehow the Democrats winning in the midterms is just going to stop everything. What that is white people once again kicking the can down the street, hoping that if there's still a democracy, that the struggles that you're facing financially, the hardships, your business, getting laid off, unemployment, the cost of your health care will go down and you'll just go back to normal. And that's the problem. What's normal for white people isn't what's normal for everybody else in this damn country. That's been the problem. That's white privilege. So for all of you trailer park trash out there with your concepts of brains that dates your sister and voted for this child molester in the White House, and you're making videos living in some poor place going, I don't have privilege, I'm poor. Privilege means not being called the N-word, not having your fucking great-grandmother in a tree, not having your great-grandparents in somebody's will like a piece of property, not having your house redlined, not having people cross the street at night when you're walking, not having to give the talk to your damn kids. That's what privilege is. It has nothing to do with money.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing? I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching us from. I'm really grateful for the gift of life. I don't take it for granted. When I look at my window, I see sun. That means that it's a beautiful day that God has granted unto me. A couple of things that I don't take for granted. Gratitude. Thanking God for life, because we have those people that really wanted to see this day, but they never make it. It's not that I am special or anything, but it is the gift of God that has given me the gift of life to make me feel alive. Thanks to the Most High for everything, and I appreciate it. Now let's get into it. Paul Lantz reveals something really important. Paul Lantz has been one of my favorite American critics, especially white American critics. And he's my favorite because he's part of the army that calls white mistakes for what it is. It don't take it for granted. It doesn't meander with the truth. It doesn't mix black and white. No. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. And it says facts. Like, it just says it like the way it is. In this video, we are going to see Paul Lance try to call up white Americans silent as one of the problems that has made the United States be why it is today. And just look at it historically. Because when you look at the Bacons Rebellion, because he's talking about white America since 1619. And I think it traces back to during the times of the Bacon Rebellion, when whites were introduced to the concept of whiteness, when they learned the privileges that they had because they were white. And so these made them become silent to a couple of things that black Americans were going through. It made them remain silent to the challenges that black Americans were succumbed to. But they didn't realize that these will be part of the problem because the elites are trying to play you all. The elites are trying to make you stay silent with small privileges that they are giving you to make you go silent. But after that, you didn't know that that will hit you. And this is a perfect case of what is happening to the contemporary America, niching down to the United States. This is what happening to the contemporary United States. All these challenges, all these problems that we are seeing right now, they are problems that are caused by what we call white silence and white deflection because they were not ready to face the truth. Brothers and sisters, you know what? I'm gonna let you watch the video and then I'll be back as you know we usually do. Hey, and for those who are watching me for the first time, you know I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership and really get to see what I can offer you. Man, I'm really grateful for the support that you all are giving me. And I'm grateful for having you watch me. So tell me down in the comment section, which state are you watching this video from so that we can connect? I'm not in the United States, but I really want to know where you come from, right? So stay tuned as you watch the video. Let me know where you come from in the comment section. I really love you all. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
Except for generational poverty. When you look at the slave trade in the South, and you look at the populations then versus now, they're very similar because of generational poverty. When they rebuilt Hurricane Katrina, gentrification happened. Parishes that were black became white. Why was that? Because they tripled the rent prices and only, oh shit, white people could afford it. Wow, look at that. Maybe they should just pick themselves up by the bootstraps. And when black people had a Black Wall Street, what did white people do? Oh no, we can't have that. We're gonna burn it to the ground. We're here for one reason alone. It wasn't about eggs or gas, it's bullshit. Part of this country was triggered by a black man in the White House instead of picking their cotton. And they lost their minds. They want the outside of the White House to look like the inside of the White House. And 77 million people that you know, that you think were good people, are not. They voted for a rapist, a man who assaulted over 25 women, a man who molested little children on Epstein Island, a convicted felon who called women fat, who called women ugly. 5 officers died after January 6th. He tried to overthrow a free and fair election. Refused to rent to black people. Harris isn't black. Oh, how do I know that Obama was born here? And I could spend the next 2 hours talking about all of the horrible shit that he did. And you went to the voting booth after he added $8 trillion to the deficit, 6 bankruptcies, and 3 failed marriages. And you said, yep, that's my guy. Yep, because I want to make America white again. That's all it was. And he convinced enough racist people in this country that brown people coming from Mexico, the people that are busting their ass, building houses out in the fields, doing the work that white people have been too lazy to do since 1619, were somehow ruining America. But the white man, who is an adjudicated rapist and a convicted felon, who led an insurrection on democracy, somehow that's perfectly fine, but I'm not racist. It's always been about race, people. It's all been about race. And until white people wake up and start being uncomfortable, until you start doing something, then this shit is going to continue. So you can be uncomfortable now and feel it, or you can continue to go like this and say, it doesn't affect me. And if you think it's bad now, you haven't seen a damn thing. When we invade Greenland and NATO kicks us out, when the US dollar goes down to a B rating, and the debt that Canada and China and Japan have, which is $2 trillion, they cash it in, and we have to print more money, it's going to dilute the US dollar. It's no longer going to be the world currency. We will no longer be the world power. But America first. Because enough of you white people have heard about nationalism bullshit. American flags and bald eagles, and every sentence I have to say freedom and patriotism. It's bullshit. And a lot of you white people have bought into it. And I got family in my life that buy into this shit. And every 4th of July, they put out their flags and go, we're the best of the best. And what? Gun violence? We lead the world in 3 categories: incarcerations, military spending, and gun violence. Great job. But we're the best, Paul. 40,000 people die from shootings every year. 42 million people need taxes just to eat. 3 people own half the wealth. 14 million kids go to school hungry. 800,000 homeless. We got kids going to school because they're afraid to be shot by a gun. Because you people won't do a damn thing about children getting shot in schools. But somehow, a tampon in a boy's bathroom, it's just a bridge too far. That creator is spot on. So, you white people, go ahead. Stay in your white privilege. But you remember this shit. When you look back in history, you're complicit in this. You are no different than the 3 officers that stood by and watched the white man, very symbolic, murder George Floyd minute after minute after minute. You're watching democracy die, just like you've watched our black brothers and sisters die. Because it didn't affect you, and you thought that your white privilege would keep you safe. Have a white day.
I know I don't understand your experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have never had to live it.
Come on now.
I can sympathize, and I can recognize when things are wrong.
That's right.
For instance, if a black man or woman should never be afraid for their life, for getting pulled over for speeding.
Come on now. Come on.
But I have never lived in that fear.
Come on now. Come on.
No black man or woman should ever be reluctant to walk outside for fear of racial profiling.
Tell it.
But I have never been racially profiled.
That's right. Come on now.
No black man or woman should ever expect to go to jail in their lifetime because of the color of their skin.
Come on now.
But I have never lived in that expectancy.
That's good.
And this is why I don't believe in the phrase, I don't see color.
That's right.
One, to say you don't see color is a lie. We're different. We can all see that. But 2, and way more importantly, to deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Come on. Yeah.
I'm going to say that again because I think it's worth repeating. To deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my next point. To deny the differences in our color is to promote ignorance. Ignorance is the reason that systemic racism and oppression is allowed to exist in this country.
That's good.
So why am I here? Why am I up here speaking?
Come on now. Tell them, sister.
I'm going to talk on about 3 things. One of those is change, the other is ignorance, and one is discomfort. I'll get there.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Broadly speaking, why am I here? Because I want change. But let me speak on that for a second. Because I think a lot of people want change. I think a lot of people say they want change, but let me clarify. I think a lot of white people think they want change.
Come on.
But here's the thing about that. In order for there to be a true and genuine change, for you, for the black community, for people of color, there has to be an equal and requited amount of change for white privilege.
That's right.
And that is something that white people don't want to think about. They don't want to admit that. White people don't want to acknowledge the head start we have in life just for being born this color. You know what? That is willful ignorance.
Put it on front line.
Willful ignorance is what allows oppression to continue in this country.
Together we stand. That's it.
So I'm going to talk on ignorance for a second. I think one of the biggest things that allows ignorance to continue is our education system.
There it is, baby.
Ma'am, our education system.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I mean by that is our education is a white man's education.
It is.
It is a white man's history.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell it.
Why does that matter? Again, like I said, I can recognize when something is wrong. And that is wrong. Why? Because when you tell that history, the history that excludes black history and black culture and the black experience, you allow white people to think that nothing is wrong. And when that happens, you allow white people to think, well, it was bad back then, but it's not bad now. Hell no.
That's right.
It's bad now. In fact, some might say it's worse because this is systemic oppression.
That's right.
This is institutional oppression. This is oppression that is not overt, but it is just as powerful, and we are able to hide it.
God Almighty. That's it.
And I have more to say. If you want to hear all of it, please come out Saturday.
We'll be there.
Thank you. We appreciate it. But just know the reason I'm here is because I stand by you. I support you. I love each and every one of you out here. We are brothers and sisters to the day we die. And this is not my time to have my voice heard, but I will use my voice for you. I promise.
Thank you.
I just want white people to have a place to live. Like, there's no, the country is going to be minority white, and then a lot of people hate white people. Like, white people aren't like violent, to that degree.
Yeah, me my phone. Have you ever heard of postcard lynchings?
What?
Postcard lynchings.
No.
So, all the way up into the 1960s, when black people got lynched, many people would take photos of those lynchings, and what they would do is they would put them on postcards and knicknacks, and people would spread them around. I won't show this on camera, but here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is called the dogwood tree.
Open the border right now.
These were knickknacks. So, if you want to say white people weren't violent, can I read you the poem on the bottom of this postcard?
No, I know about slavery.
This isn't about, no. This isn't slavery.
Us.
No,
They
1908.
hate us.
This is 1908.
They turned us into salts and lamps.
This is from 1908. This is long past slavery.
Well, I know.
This is the only branch of a dogwood tree, the emblem of white supremacy, a lesson taught in the pioneer school, that this is a land of the white man's rule. The red man once in an early day was told by the whites to mend his way. That, I can't say the word, the N-word now, by eternal grace, must learn to stay in the N-word's place. In the sunny South, the land of the free, let the white supreme forever be. Let this be a warning to all N-words be, or they'll suffer the fate of the dogwood tree. And in it there is 5 black men hung. This is from 1910, and this actually is one of the most common ones. It circulated until 1960 and was sold in the South. So yes, white people are violent too.
Well, we certainly can be.
A lot of white people are so racist, they don't even consider themselves to be racist. I know that sounds weird, but here are 3 things that white people have told me that they don't think is racist. Number 1, using a slur, but not intentionally meaning it. If they use the N-word in songs, that's not racist because they're just singing along. Or if they use a slur and they don't say it to somebody's face, then it's not racist because you're not meaning it in a prejudicial way, you're just using that term. So their definition of racism is so intense that those little things do not count to them. That is just like how you treat people on an everyday basis. Number 2, what they do consider racism has to be incredibly overt and extreme for them to finally be like, okay, yeah, like hate criming someone, calling them a slur to their face, or doing something discriminatory like firing them because they're black. It has to be so intense that that's the only way that they will recognize that they are truly racist people. And number 3, because everyone around them is racist. White supremacy is so ingrained in society that each of these behaviors is normalized. And because of that, many white people truly believe that they aren't racist, and that the only way that someone can be racist is by extremely and overtly engaging in these behaviors. It's insane how much they detach.
Picture this. You're at a meeting at work. Your colleague to the right of you is the only black person in the room. Everyone else is white. One of your white colleagues makes a racist joke, says a racist remark. Everyone laughs. If you do not stand up and correct that person and let them know that that joke and that remark is not okay, 3 things are going to happen. For one, it's going to let everyone know that that kind of behavior is okay. We're cool with a little racism, no problem. 2, it says to your black colleague, Their feelings don't matter. You don't matter. This is what we do. Suck it up, Buttercup. And 3, it sends a signal to everybody that you're okay with that behavior. So you need to stand up, check people, let them know racism has no place in the office.
White people, I just heard the news. Some of you alive today actually own slaves. Yep, personally, don't bother denying it. I know you have been hiding your plantation in the backyard. And there's another thing. I heard there were never any black slave owners. Not one, ever. Everyone knows all the bad guys had pale skin. Never a tribal leader who sold prisoners of war to the slave trade. Never an African merchant who profited off the same system. Nope. Everyone's ancestor was a freedom fighter in a dashiki, just waiting for the chance to break the chains. Oh, and slavery? It only happened in America. Obviously, it was invented for black people. That's why Black Lives Matter. I've always wondered why all lives don't matter. Slavery did not exist in Africa, the Middle East, Asia, or Europe. I can't be the only one who heard this. Did you hear the same story?
So, Paul Lentz is trying to talk about the it doesn't affect me mentality and the problems that it has towards white Americans until today. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and presenter, Yudok Stories. Let's have a chat about this. Now, remaining silent in a situation of an injustice is uncomplacent injustice itself. So while you are remaining silent, know that you are being part of the problem because your voices is needed. You need to participate in this because tomorrow it's him, today it's him, tomorrow it's you. So you never know. So Paul Lentz is trying to go back to time when all white privileges on white people had privilege and they enjoyed all this privilege. But because of the privilege that they had, they didn't give black struggle their energy. It means that it wasn't important to them. To them, black people were just a group of people that were complaining about things that they could change. Well, while that seems like to be true, because when you say it on a paper, it's like it's true. But when you get to the ground, you start to understand the systemic issues that are happening in the ground. That how many times a black person will have to work so that he can be accepted. And a mediocre white person is just being accepted for just being white. That was a certificate to make them be people who are being considered that like they can do something great for themselves. So you feel me? So this is what is happening. Right now, the challenges that white Americans are going through, that is revealing itself to majority of all these folks, it's starting to make sense that they were played by the elites. The year 1619, or around that period in the 16s, when white people had their privilege and when white people were being introduced to whiteness, see, they were lied to. And they were lied that they have these privilege, like they could have whatever they want. They could have even black people if they want, because the laws allow them to have that. But fast forward to what's happening in the 21st century, I think it's not the same. Because all of the Americans were being sold the American dream and that everything will be okay. But it didn't seem to be okay. Remember, black people were complaining about the same things that they are complaining about today. Remember when they told black people they need to pull themselves by the bootstraps, right? It is because they had the system on their side, and the small privileges that really prevented them from seeing all these systemic issues that were happening, really prevented them from seeing the deeper truth of everything. But right now, see, they wanted all this. This is what they wanted. And right now they are having it. And it's getting out of hand. They are complaining that this is too much. We cannot do this. You are getting to see a system that you people, sorry for the hiccup, that you people are the ones who built this system. You are the ones who put all these structures. And you are the ones who lay the map on how you'll be mistreated in the future. Because when you decided to remain silent in a situation of injustice when it was for black people, well, it was okay for you. Black people went through it all. They adapted to it. And right now it's happening to you. And you're recognizing that, oh, what I was having before, I'm not having right now. Then you start asking yourself this question. How come that black people are not complaining about all these things that is happening to me? It is because you let black people, and black people mutated through the problem. They adapted through the problem. They came and found ways of on how to survive all these problems that you created for them. But now the system spit you, or we say spat you. You are down, and right now you need you need black support. You need black people to go on the streets for you. You need black people to go on the streets and protest for you. The same problem that you are the ones who bred. Remember, you are the ones who bred these problems, and you brought them to yourselves. So while you're seeing all that is happening right now, you realize and you understand you became part of the problem because you participated in being the problem. You participated in being part of the problem. And so it makes you as guilty as possible because you benefited from the system that right now is doing to you what it was doing to black people. So tell me how special you are so that I can believe you. Tell me how untouchable you are today so that I can believe you. You cannot prove that. So now you're coming out and saying, what privilege are black people talking about? I no see no privilege that black people are talking about. I'm not seeing no privilege. So the question is, when the privilege is gone, now you're starting to recognize that you don't have the privilege. But initially, you were not even paying attention to when black people were being shot on the streets. You didn't even want to look at the TV saying that that's a black issue. Probably that's a black person that has been caught with cracks. Oh, probably that's a black person that has been caught stealing. Oh, probably that's a black person that has been caught breaking into a store. Yeah, those were all assumptions because you say that this doesn't affect me. How does this affect me as a white person? But right now you are coming and seeing all this happening right now, and you understand that you played part in this problem. You are one of the major causes to what is happening to you right now because you, as a person, you decided to subscribe to this. And right now, it's happening to you. And I think it is time for you to embrace what is happening to you. So brothers and sisters, I really want to know what you think about this video. As you know, I'm your host and presenter Eugene Tech Stories. And if you're watching me for the first time again, I'm just reminding you that thank you for taking your time watching the video. For those who are supporting me through my Cash App account, man, I'm really, really grateful. For those who are sending me super thanks, I appreciate the support that you all are giving me. Because without you, I couldn't be here. I'm humbled to serve you, to educate each other, so that we can all get to learn through all these videos that I'm reacting on. So brothers and sisters, until then, I'm hoping to see you on my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.